Hi everybody, Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records. This is my entry into Rachel's Happy Birthday contest. And I'm doing it outdoors because I just got through watching several videos, one of which was Mazzy's. And Mazzy was showing some new records, and he said that all the cool kids were shooting videos outdoors because it's summertime and all that sort of stuff. Whew. This is a mild day here in eastern / central North Carolina. It's only about 92 degrees today, but of course it's not the temperature that gets you, folks. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. And the humidity is just unbearable. I feel like I'm in a sauna right now. This was an awful idea, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it since I'm already here. Okay. First, Rachel wanted us to do, first of all, Rachel's, just a wonderful person. Everybody keeps saying that. She's going to get the big head if we don't watch out. But it's hard not to like Rachel. You have to, because she's got just one of those personalities that makes you want to be her friend. So I'm glad Rachel and I are friends. It's a good thing. And it's so hot. Oh, my gosh. That's why they invented the air conditioning. That's why everybody moved to the South. It's because they invented air conditioning. Before they invented air conditioning, that just simply kept me from 5 minutes of dehydration right there. I'll have to replenish again in no time. Before they had air conditioning, nobody wanted to be down here except those of us that were already here. Chester is just going to town, patrolling the yard. Keep it up, Chester. Make sure nobody gets in. Yeah, good boy. So whenever she has something going on, I like to participate. Rachel wanted us with a happy birthday theme. So even the dog's ready to get back in the house. First, show someone who has the same birthday as you. Doesn't have to be the same year. In 1935, Barry McGuire was born October 15th, 1935. And of course, he is most famous for Eve of Destruction. And he did not like the Doors, I do believe. If the the movie recreation of some of their interaction is true. Now, David Crosby hates the Doors as well. I don't know how he feels about Roger McGuinn. Not Roger, but Barry McGuire. But David Crosby does not like the Doors. There was some conflict they had during that time. Okay, so he was, my birthday's October 15th. The year was 1958 for me. And Barry McGuire was born in 1935. Now, 5 years before I was born, in 1953, Tito Jackson was born. One of the members of the Jackson Five. And so he was born October 15th also. That's about the only ones I could find. There were a couple of composers I wasn't familiar with from, 200-300 years ago, and that's about it. See, Chester, you want to go in the house, don't you, baby? It's too hot out here for a dog. Okay. And then this was a little bit morbid, but that's okay. Rachel's a history person, as I am. She wanted us to note anyone who died on our birthday, which is a whole lot better than wanting us to note anybody that died on the same day we died, which would put us dead. So I'm glad she did it that way. Nobody, not until 1964 do you get anyone of musical significance that died on my birthday. But in 1964, on October 15th, Cole Porter, the great composer and lyricist, passed away. I think he was in his 70s when he died. 74, if I'm not mistaken. You know, he wrote for Broadway, he wrote for film, Fred Astaire movies, The Gay Divorce, which was just on Turner Classic Movies the other day, I believe, was one he wrote the song for that movie. And then we get into question number 3. So over my shoulder, you can see that's the house I grew up in. My mom and dad's house, the one with the white pickup truck in front. And so now I'll tell you about records my mom and my dad would have listened to. So what we need from mom and dad were something that your mother liked and something your dad liked, maybe from childhood or later years too, I guess. One of the records, mom bought the music in our house when I was growing up, I believe, other than what she let, my brother and I, 45s we bought, and later albums. But this album was in the house and got played. Mamas and the Papas, Deliver, great album, dedicated to the one I love. It's got My Girl, it's got Twist and Shout on it. Very good. This is actually that album too. This is the album that was in our house. I've got another copy of it. I'm not sure. I haven't played this particular copy in a while. Not sure what the condition is, but anyway, I've got another one in case the condition's not that good on this one. And some other things I remember. We had Peter, Paul, and Mary in there. I remember watching them, listening to them with mom, and a couple of others. But the Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Mamas and the Papas, that sort of thing. Now, in later years, mother was, earlier years, Mama was a Bobby Soxer. She was born in 1927, so she was a huge Frank Sinatra fan, and of course, she was doing those swing dances and things like that. Those things she was interested in. And in later life, she was a big Barbra Streisand fan, a big James Taylor fan. And that was somewhere where we had common interest. She was also a big, this was one that surprised me, and Chris, friend, take note of this one. My mom had a CD in her car that she had for several years that she played regularly along with James Taylor and Barbra Streisand. She had a Buddy Guy. Where that came from, I don't know. But mom had a Buddy Guy CD. It was the one Buddy sings duets with a lot of different other artists. And so I've got that now. When mom passed away, I put that CD in my collection. And I just thought that was so neat that mom had a Buddy Guy CD. I don't know where, how she got on the Buddy Guys. I don't know if she heard me or my brother mention him or something, but somehow she maybe heard him somewhere doing one of those duets and said, I want that. Now, my dad, I don't remember Dad much about music, and my father. But my memories of my father are not related usually to music. But a couple things. I do remember that on Sunday mornings before church, there used to be a Southern Gospel 30-minute or hour show. And Dad used to enjoy watching that and singing along with the Southern Gospel. And Mom and Dad took us to a concert when I was 8 or 9 or 10 years old. First concert I ever went to. And we had, 8 tracks were big back then. And I think maybe Dad might have had a few 8 tracks. And Floyd Kramer would have been one. The concert we went to was a double bill, Floyd Kramer and Boots Randolph, probably at the State Fair grounds at the Dorton Arena. I know it was at Dorton Arena, but I'm thinking it was probably as part of the State Fair. We went to the fair, and then they carried us into Dorton Arena for the show. But great piano player and part of the Nashville sound. He played on so many great recordings. Okay. And then shout outs. Uh, Oftentimes we try to shout out someone with, that's just joining the vinyl community and everything. And I went through thinking about different ones. But the one I want to shout out is not that they've got a very small number of uh, subscribers. She's got about the same number of subscribers I do, in the 200s, but in the range of 200, 250, somewhere in there. But it's because of the content and the quality. And that's Shannon D. If you're not subscribing to Shannon D's channel, I strongly advise you to. She is a young lady that's, I don't know, she's probably late 20s. I'm guessing mid to late 20s, maybe a little bit older than that, but always underguess the age of any lady you're talking about. She's probably mid 20s. And she really raises the bar for vinyl community reviews. She has done just an amazing job with her favorite artist, Joni Mitchell, uh, taking it album by album and going through that. And it's quality, quality work. Now, I'm not talking about the production. It's just basically her in front, sitting on her couch and talking to us. So I'm not talking about the whistles and bells, the Alabama flash of video production or anything like that. I'm talking about the quality of the presentation. It is almost scholarly without being dry and sterile. There's a lot of passion there, but it just really raises the bar for all of us and inspires me to want to do a better job of providing more content that's beyond the superficial. So Shannon D, I'll put a link to her down below. So, folks, there's a reason we have air conditioning, and it's to use. I am miserable out here right now. I really don't think anybody should be outside uh, in 90 plus weather unless they absolutely have to. I worked all those years so that I could retire and enjoy the air conditioning. And Chester, do you agree, Chester? We need to get an air conditioner. Yes, we do. I agree.